Hi, Z Team. Welcome to Family Night. We are here to gather and enjoy each other. I'm going to play this little mute all thing and then unmute myself if I can find this. Oh, I'm going to change my name here as well. I'm actually Esther Powers, not Michael Zappia, though it's very kind of him to provide us with this Zoom space every week. We are gathering on Wednesdays for a couple of main reasons: to stay connected as a Z family and to stay updated on our kind of the corporate details, because in pre-launch there is so much that's changing so fast. Housekeeping is real basic. Keep it positive. If you have something to say, unmute. Otherwise, please stay muted. Turn on your camera if you'd like. It's not required. Stay if you'd like. It's not required. We welcome anyone who is new. There are some names on here, people that I haven't met before, so that's always fun and exciting. The biggest announcement that I know of, the exciting part for me, is that the app for banking is coming on board online September 1st. And that's pretty thrilling. I'm quite excited about that myself. I'm going to introduce for us tonight a gentleman who has been just kind of running and inviting all kinds of incredible people since he first enrolled with our team. Always a lot of fun, always having adventures, great big heart. I'm quite fascinated by Steve, by your adventures and things, and always a concert, always something happening that's fun. So Steve, if you would come on, share with us the updates from the corporate email this week. All of you will have an email in your email box with these details, and then what you've been doing, what you have to share with us this evening.
Yeah, I'll do a quick rundown just because everybody has that in your email. If you're not getting your emails, check your spam inbox or your a place where sometimes junk mail goes to, and I think there's a way to set that. But a couple things from yesterday, we have reached a milestone of 10,000 DBOs, so you ought to be congratulated. You're one of the 10,000. That's a monumental task for where we were just a few months ago. Customer service has been ramping up. They're actually bringing on more executives to help support that. I know it's been a little frustrating for the impatient ones, if you are one of those people. It is frustrating, but the Z Club, we're doing the Z Club. There's a select group of people. I actually was lucky enough, I put my name in the hat to have access to the Z Club. Now, it's not the actual Z Club. It is just a lab where they want you to use it, put stuff in the shopping cart, check out, just to make sure that everybody, or if there is any glitches or any issues, so that we need a testing ground. So that's what that is. Communication, we're kind of making sure that doubling your buying power. I'll kind of touch on that in a bit. Banking, just a lot of this stuff. Now we're in a position where we can start adding TCMs. The company wants us to do that. We need a testing ground for those people. And I'll cover some of that as we go. I think that's about all the pertinent stuff. The app, of course, coming out as Esther said, which is pretty exciting. Me personally, the most exciting thing that's happened this week was we were able to look in our back office and see the commissions are in there from swipes within our organization. Now, some organizations are still just building and they're smaller, and some are bigger, but the proof of concept is there. You actually can see different cards and different transactions that are being, and those are paying out in money. Is exactly what we were kind of probably a lot of us joined for, right? I would think the money has something to do with it. So that's pretty exciting. That to me was even more mind-blowing. So we're on a 90-day push. 87 days now to launch. So I'm going to shift over to, this isn't so much of a training. I'm just going to share experience along the way. And hopefully if you can grab one or two things from this, it'll be helpful. So probably one of the most important parts is if whether you're new or you've been here a while, you got to stay plugged in. And when I say plugged in, I say if you stay plugged in, you win. If you're staying plugged in, you means you're attending Zooms, even though you've heard it. If I hear 4 different presentations in the week, I hear 4 different ways of saying something that resonate with me. So it's a lot easier to have a conversation with someone, the more knowledge you have. So plugging in is important. And everybody's lifestyle is different. Some people are super busy, some have freedom of time. There aren't recordings on the Zooms. I believe those aren't recorded for compliance reasons. I guess because things change in such a rapid fashion that we can't be saying something one week and it changes to the next week. But finding yourself, at least the corporate updates are great. It's great energy there. The corporate updates and Saturday's trainings are great as well. We have a training and the corporate has one as well. Okay, so if you're new, been here a while, it's really important that some of these things, hopefully this will stick with you, but you have to be yourself. Just be yourself, because yourself is good enough. Yourself is good enough to join. Yourself is good enough to do this business. If you become something different than when I say different, when you start talking different and acting different, people are like, that's my personality is what it is. I'm a hugger. I hug everyone. I like talking, obviously. That's me. Some people are more standoffish. You can be standoffish. It's great because we have tools that do all the work anyway. So sometimes talking too much isn't great. So just be yourself. Be yourself. You have a great support team. We have a system in place. I'm going to go about what I've been doing lately in the last couple days for the push here is I started out doing this via text, right? I would text people and get some response, but through a text, they can't feel your energy, right? Unless you send capital letters, then they think you're screaming at them. So I like to say, hey, Esther, when you get a second, this is Steve. I hope everything's going well with you. When you get a second, can you give me a call? Usually it elicits, yeah, what's up? I say something I want to run by you. I'm super jacked about, depending on who the person is. I can say jacked, excited, whatever, but I just want the phone call. And when I get the phone call or they call me, I simply tell them I have something that's awesome that I'm so excited about that it's just so important that they hear and see what this is. And they say, what is it? And I say, so I don't screw it up for you or me. I'm going to send you my digital business card, has an overview video on it. If you can just watch it, it takes 20 minutes. It's worth the 20 minutes. Fairly confident that you're going to be really glad that I asked you to. Can you do that? And they almost always say sure. And then I'll sometimes send it right away and say, can I send it? They say, I'm finishing work, and then I'll watch it. Sometimes I say, give me a time frame, because you're kind of pigeonholing them into maybe later today. You send the video at 6 o'clock, then you're buttoned up. I have to use reminders in my phone. I have to do that because I work everything out on my phone. So I put reminders in that I have a 6 o'clock call at 5:55. I'm calling Esther or whatever. So I'm always making sure that I'm organized. But then the follow-up call comes. I know they have a lot of questions, right? And this is where you can rely on your support team to do three-way calls. Colette's available. I know Esther, everybody within our team structure, if you haven't reached out. Some of the people I deal with directly on here that are on the screen know that I'm accessible 24/7 almost. And they know, but if you haven't reached up, please reach up and allow your support system in place to help guide the thing. It's the weirdest thing ever, but your friends love you and people love and care about you and respect you, and they'd rather hear it from someone they don't know. Weirdest thing ever. It's true. Am I right? Am I right? They would rather hear it from someone else that they don't know. But then again, as you get to know the person, then you've developed a rapport with them. But and this is a process. This is not, it's very rare you call somebody, they see a video, call you and say, I'm signing up. That's the exception, not the rule. The rule is they need exposures and they need to build a trust and an understanding, which kind of adds me to this piece of the puzzle as we're going. We have a social media on Instagram. They've been posting a lot of different stuff now. So I just started doing this today. So I don't forget, I want to tell, I've been actually tagging people from social media and using the @ sign and putting their Instagram people that are in my group that are followers within my system. And I tag them by comment into one of the posts that we have, like the one where the person's buying someone's fuel on Instagram. The reason I started doing that is because you're actually driving them to a social media site where they can see that this stuff is being pushed out. So instantly now, I think, they go, wow, there is a buzz happening. There is actually something happening. It's not just these two people on the phone trying to get the message across. So I started doing that today. And I'm excited about what that can be, because I feel like if we're actually adding layers of credibility, using the social media, and whether you're a social media person or not, what's the saying? If you're not online, your business is flatlined, right? You don't have to be a wizard on social media, but it's good to have. I mean, it's today's world. So that's kind of like the energy in your voice almost is so important when you have a conversation with someone. The energy is probably of utmost importance, because maybe what you're saying is not resonating, but why is this person so excited? And energy is everything. I think energy gets the attention, it gets the curiosity up. And curiosity is a great thing. You know, when someone says to me, just tell me what it is, I say, I can't. It's too much. It'll overwhelm you. You won't be able to get it. But I will answer every and all questions right after. So that's what I've been doing. Is there, I guess, is there any questions, or anybody have anything that they're curious about, or a problem? Oh, I'll say this. This is a process for yourself as well. It takes time to learn the skills that come with this. By plugging in and doing it enough, you start to learn the verbiage that actually helps you along the way. Energy is important, but the verbiage as well. When you just start to say things that weren't necessarily coming out of your mouth, but you heard from someone else, you're taking bits and pieces from some of the other things that are happening. Some of the things Peter said on Saturday, if you haven't seen the training they did Saturday, Peter, our co-founder, this stuck big with me when he said, you're hearing this for the first time today. We're setting out to be the largest online marketplace on the planet. And he reiterated that again. We're setting out to be the largest online marketplace on the planet. When that's coming from the top down, the believability gets even stronger, because those words are, there is essentially won't be any competition along the way, because no one can sell product at the price we're going to be able to, with a slight margin markup. The other companies aren't structured that way. They would never be able to match the pricing. That's about it. I mean, unless if there's questions or whatever, anybody has anything they want to add or offer, or
Hey, Steve, I have a question. This is Jeannie.
Hi, Jeannie.
Hi. Um, you mentioned about tagging people on your Instagram account. Is that
Yes.
after you have talked with them and introduced the
Yes.
card?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a couple people I had phone calls with today. I told them I would invite them to our community, team impact community. It's an invite community, not the DBO community, but then I thought, so I added them with the @ into the comment section. So they get tagged, they get notified that somebody made a connection to them. And that points them right to that. When it goes in there, they'll see there's 44 posts the company's put out so far. And there's one of the younger people within our companies actually interviewing college kids. They're doing little interviews. The total social media thing, ask them what they spend every month as a college student and what they earn if they're working, and kind of just gets them to drive home the point that college kids are sometimes spending more than they're making. And he's just basically setting them up for, obviously, to say, we have a solution to help offset some of your costs. Or some of your living expenses. So that's what I just started doing it today, literally today, but I will start doing it more. That's on Instagram, however. That's where I was doing, because that's where I keep seeing all the videos of the blonde haired girl. They're kind of cute and funny. She's saying things about the card. And then our community, I started doing that this week. Add tag message, we call it, where you actually are adding people to our community, and then you're tagging them and saying, hey, Jeannie, check out our community here, see all the action, how many people are actually using the card. Because I think that, once again, we're in beta and we're pre-launch, but I say I have my card, but when they see, hopefully they like me and trust me, but they see other people they don't know that are showing and using their card, and it gives them credibility. It's that weird, I don't know what it is. Probably someone should do a study on it, why that is. Does that help? I hope. I'll show you how to do that as well. I mean, I can screenshot it and show it to you for sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Is there any question or comments? I mean, hopefully something helped here.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Yeah, that was a lot of information, and a lot of really good stuff. Just becoming the largest, what did you call it? Largest
The largest online marketplace on the planet. And I've been using that with every conversation now.
Well, the money is part of it, right? Being able to buy at the low cost. The other part of it is the win-win. The way that they are structuring their relationships is sustainable.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way so that energy is permeated throughout the entire company, and that is what's different and new as well, right? More sustainable.
When I connect the dots for people, like if I go how it goes from the interchange fees, the swipes pay the interchange fee, the vendors getting paid up front, the community banks and minority banks are getting an influx of cash deposits into their structure. So the community banks win, the company wins, the vendors win. The natural person purchasing products in today's world wins. Nobody gets the shaft. In the real world, someone gets the shaft, and you know who it is? Guess who gets the shaft? Everyone on here gets the shaft. We're the end line person paying the freight all the time, and we're able to put a stop to it and say, that's not the case anymore. There's Colette.
Hi, Colette.
Hi, you guys. So sorry for late tardiness here. I got a phone call at 6:19 from someone that's very important in our lives, Mr. Peter Rancy. I had to take that call.
We were just talking about Peter, actually.
I had to take the call, and what amazing man.
Amazing. Totally amazing.
Amazing man. And I don't want to steal your thunder, Steve, but I do.
Oh, no. We're just kind of Q&A-ing the rest of I was just kind of sharing some of the things that have been helpful, and we're just kind of teaching it down. We do Aaron's video of the duplication system we have is worth watching, because he kind of reiterates a lot of stuff I'd say, but the system is the same. The phone call, duct tape, don't talk, send the stuff. Don't, it's so easy, right? We're so excited. It's so easy to send the information or to speak. And I have a hard time, but I've learned to let the tools do the work, because I'm training them that the tools are doing the work. And you don't have to be a wizard, and you don't have to be on the screen, and you don't have to talk. This system works for you.
Okay, well, I'm going to share something that Peter just told me just to, okay.
Off the press, this just in.
Yes. I don't know if all of you were able to see the email today that came out with the new hire that was made. Yes. That is very, very big and exciting news. He has had great success in doing, bringing on, he brought his whole staff with him, which is huge, right? Because they already have the cohesiveness. They don't have a lot of learning. They don't have that to go, each individual coming on and having to learn their job. So very exciting news. He said the DBO support will escalate in no time now. And that's exciting. And he said the banking is very close already, because as they've announced that September 1st, we will have that banking app. So he was very thrilled with this new hire and wanted to share that with me. So I wanted to share it with you guys. That's
awesome. Yeah, I saw that this afternoon. He hinted that was coming too. They talked about it a couple of days ago. Is there any questions or comments? Anybody want to throw?
Yeah, if you have any questions, we have about 5 minutes and then we have to go, because I have a Zoom right after this one at 7 o'clock. So if you have any questions for Steve or myself or Esther or anyone on the screen, shoot.
I just want to say great teaching, Steve. Thank you for stepping in
thanks,
and doing that. It's always good to hear different ways that people are doing it, and just see if it kind of aligns with other people. So thank you for stepping in and doing that.
For sure. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love hearing other people's ways and stuff. And I take that nugget there and the nugget there and the nugget there. And then there's someone on here that goes, I wish I could talk like you. And I go, it's not me talking. And there's someone on our screen here. She knows who she is. She's tight with me. But she goes, I wish I could talk like you. And I go, it's not me. It's other people. I'm just saying what other people are saying. And I'm putting it all together, and hopefully it's in a nice little package that comes out that way. But it all comes from doing it. The more you do this, the better you become at the objection, your posture, everything is my posture after getting the commissions, and the thing is so strong right now. You could swing an axe at me and I ain't flinching. I'm just standing here. And I'm taking it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. The other thing is, there's another thing that's important too. Being emotionally attached to someone's decision, their outcome decision, that's bad for many reasons. Be emotionally attached to giving the information and not the result. The result will happen by giving the information to enough people. We all nobody wants to hear no, right? I mean, we don't like rejection. It's a natural instinct, right? Where we get, we feel jaded or whatever, but they're just saying no to something. They're not saying it to you. They're just saying no to something. I personally, I screenshot some of my information, some of my text messages back and forth, and some of you on the screen know I do. I won't take no from someone until they tell me they completely understand. If they're close, if they're a close person to me, if they're a mere acquaintance, but if someone I say, you can say no to me, but I need to know that you completely understand this whole thing. And if you don't, you can't say no. I have to tell you the whole story, because if you get it and you say no, then I'm good. And they saw the screenshot. I said, Jeannie goes, you're bold. I said, no, I know the person. I just said, I won't accept your no until you. And then she said to me, I didn't even watch this stuff. She said she didn't have time, not interested. She actually came out and said, I didn't even watch this stuff. I said, that's not going to work. You have to watch it. I care about you enough. You know that I'm not BSing you. So, but that is, and this last thing I'll say, and then I'll shut up. If you treat it like a business, it pays like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay like a hobby. So, and how you choose, this is your journey. There's no wrong way to do it. But it's a lot more fun if it's like a business. But you do your own thing. We love you.
Thank you so much, Steve. I love that. Treat it like business and it'll be a business.
Yeah, treat it like a hobby. It pays like a hobby.
Yep. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Sorry, we have to jump off because we're going to use this same Zoom for another Zoom. So thank you. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on Saturday morning. We'll have a great person training that morning as well, Mr. Jeff Myers. So see you guys later.
Thank you.
Good night. Presentation.
Thanks, Steve.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, Steve.
Bye.